Gravity. It's not just for apples falling on heads. Remember the famous story of Isaac Newton and the apple? While it might be a myth, it beautifully illustrates the concept of gravity. Newton's curiosity about why the apple fell led to groundbreaking discoveries about the forces that govern our universe. Let's dive into the forces that keep us grounded. Have you ever wondered why we don't just float away into space? Or why objects fall to the ground when you let go of them? These questions have fascinated scientists for centuries. Gravity is the invisible force pulling us towards Earth. It's a fundamental force of nature that acts between two masses. The larger the mass, the stronger the gravitational pull. That's why we stay firmly planted on the ground and why the Earth orbits the Sun. It's why we stay on the ground and why objects fall when you drop them. Every time you drop something, gravity is at work, pulling it towards the center of the Earth. This force is what gives us weight and keeps our feet firmly on the ground. But gravity isn't the only force at play. There's also inertia. Inertia is a property of matter that describes an object's resistance to changes in its state of motion. It's the reason why a moving car doesn't stop instantly when you hit the brakes. This is an object's resistance to change in motion. Inertia keeps an object moving at a constant velocity unless acted upon by an external force. It's why a ball rolling on the ground eventually comes to a stop due to friction. Imagine you're in a car that suddenly stops. You feel like you're being pushed forward, right? That's inertia in action. Your body wants to keep moving forward even though the car has stopped. You feel like you're being pushed forward, right? That's inertia in action. This is why seat belts are so important. They counteract inertia and keep you safely in your seat during sudden stops. Friction acts against motion, like when you slide a book across a table. Friction is the force that opposes the motion of objects sliding against each other. It slows down the book and eventually brings it to a stop. It's what keeps things from moving forever. Without friction, objects would continue to move indefinitely. Imagine trying to walk on an icy surface. Without friction, you'd keep sliding. And don't forget about centripetal force. This force acts on objects moving in a circular path, pulling them towards the center of the circle. It's essential for keeping objects in circular motion. This pulls objects toward the center of a circle when they're in circular motion. Think about a merry-go-round. Centripetal force keeps you moving in a circle rather than flying off in a straight line. Think about a roller coaster loop-to-loop. When you're upside down, it's centripetal force that keeps you in your seat and prevents you from falling out. It's centripetal force that keeps you in your seat. This force is crucial for the thrilling experience of roller coasters, ensuring you stay safely in your seat even during the most intense loops and turns. So the next time you drop your phone or ride a bike, remember, gravity, inertia, friction, and centripetal force are all working together. These forces are constantly at play, making our everyday activities possible and keeping us safe. They're the unsung heroes of our everyday lives. From walking to driving to playing sports, these forces are always at work, often unnoticed, but always essential. Did you know that gravity also affects time? According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, time runs slower in stronger gravitational fields. This means that time passes a bit slower on the surface of the Earth compared to outer space. And speaking of motion, did you know that the Earth's rotation is gradually slowing down? This is due to tidal forces between the Earth and the Moon. As a result, days are getting longer by about 1.7 milliseconds per century. Stay curious and keep exploring, Fact Bro out. The more we understand these forces, the better we can appreciate the world around us. So keep asking questions and seeking answers. Until next time, stay curious.